Alrighty, so let's get into the overview. So for this challenge, we wanted to bring together a couple of the releases that were announced on 8th Wall over the last year. This includes face effects with ear integrations, sky and world effects, and hand tracking. The one new one that you'll see there is tip jar. And essentially, in summary, what we were going for was for you all to have a way to monetize your experiences by having a tip jar at the end of your experience, in between your experience, almost like a paywall, but not necessarily. The overall end goal and vision will kind of further clarify this, but that is just something that we wanted to add in to empower you all to not only get exposure with your experiences and showcase your amazing talents, but also potentially earn some money in the process. Some of this may sound familiar to most of you that have participated in challenges before, but in order to submit your challenges, you'll need to go to the itch.io site. In order to access that, you can just go to eighth.io/challenges, and I'll drop that link in the chat now. And that will redirect you to the challenge sign up site and submission site. So you'll just have to create a new game kind of like session there and then update that into that itch page. So in order for your experiences to count, you'll need to also include a 1-minute demo video. But more importantly, your 8th Wall link that you provide needs to be a public feature page link. The reason for that is because that allows all of our judges to very easily see your experiences and launch your experiences, but also by creating a featured page, that gives us the ability to more easily feature you and your experience, whether it be on 8thwall.com Discover page or beyond that. So if that's an opportunity, we'd love to get you all a little bit more exposure on the 8th Wall site as well. Alrighty, so let me just take a deep breath and then we'll go into the judging criteria. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to raise your hand or interrupt me as I go, or just drop them in the chat and I'll answer them as we go. Alrighty, so the first one, holiday spirit. So does your experience capture the essence and joy of the holidays? This is a very broad criteria, and we did that on purpose. The holiday season encompasses a lot of different holidays and different traditions and different ways of celebrating it for the month of December, and sometimes even starting in November, leading into December. So feel free to encompass either your own local traditions or holidays that you celebrate, or if you'd like to explore other holidays that maybe you feel are underrepresented, or often we don't get to experience them, and you maybe think of an experience where you want to go into the historical or cultural significance of a certain celebration, by all means, just make sure that you do your research on those types of situations. That'll be really important. Second is innovation. This is a criteria that some of you may be familiar by now with, and it's a criteria that we often go back to, but this is a different iteration of it. This time, we are going to be looking at whether or not your experience introduces new and fresh ideas using the 8th Wall features that we are providing for you all to use. What this means is, are you going down like the traditional path, for example, face effects with ear integrations? Am I just going to see a bunch of elves? Or are we thinking about different ways to use those two features for creating different experiences for the user, the end user? Third, Niantic mission, does it encourage users to explore the world together? This is where using something like sky and world effects will probably play a bigger role, along with maybe even hand tracking. So something to consider there for that criteria. And then lastly, something that you all are very familiar with is how complete your project is when you submit it. Is it a demo, prototype, or is it a end user experience that we can proudly share with the general public? We have one question from David. May we have some personal help to get a waypoint established, i.e. New Year's Humix Center in downtown Mesa, Arizona? David, yeah, definitely. I think, if I'm not mistaken, using the Wayfair app as an 8th Wall developer, you do get priority in having wayspots activated. So if you're having any issues with that, please drop that into the dev Slack help and support channel to get that activated more quickly. especially if you're using it for this challenge, because it is a 2-week turnaround. So it shouldn't take more than 24. App doesn't work for me. Interesting. Yeah, maybe send me a direct message on DevSlack and we'll go over that and get you some additional support. Thanks. Alrighty, so now let's get into the fun part, the prizes. So for this challenge, we have one grand prize, which we're dubbing the Holiday Magic Maestro Prize this time. And with this, you'll see a couple familiar prizes. We'll have a cash prize of $1,000, spotlight blog, your own meeting with Niantic staff, Camille. I need to follow up with you about that, and your teammate. And you'll be featured on the 8th Wall homepage for this. Additionally, the cool thing about this prize is it's going to be the prize given to the experience that encompasses all of the 4 different criteria the best. So going back to the criteria slide and reviewing those, think about all of the different 4 elements of it and how you can incorporate all of them into your experience will give you the best shot at the Holiday Magic Maestro Prize. But that's not all. If you have a very specific experience in mind that maybe doesn't encompass all of the criteria, there's 3 other prizes that you have available to you. And you'll see when you go to submit your experience on Itch, there will be a new question that you all haven't seen, at least in the past few challenges. And it's going to ask you which of the prizes your experience is gunning for, so to speak. You can put all 4, you can put the WebAR gift giver, you can put a combination of 2 prizes, or however you think your experience best fits. So for the additional prizes, you will receive $500 if you win one of these. The first being Winter Wonderland. So this will be given to the experience that best incorporates the season of winter. Think snow, think all of the different fun things that people do around snow and in the winter holiday, whether that's hot chocolate cozying up next to a fireplace or it's going down snowboarding in the slopes. Second is the gift giver prize. So the tradition of gift giving is very well known in the holiday season. So how can you best incorporate giving gifts, receiving gifts? That'll be a prize as well. And then lastly, something to incorporate kind of like a more open prize is the Global Holiday Harmony Prize. This will be given to the experience that best integrates elements from various cultures and traditions, or a culture and tradition that we otherwise commonly wouldn't see. Specifically thinking about like the Western ideas of holidays, which is Christmas. So yeah, something to consider for that. If you have any questions about the prizes, feel free to drop them in the chat or send me a DM. Alrighty, so how do you submit your project? Kind of going into the bulk of it. One thing I really wanted to reiterate for this is if you'd like a really good example of what a featured page could look like and should look like, I strongly recommend checking out Wool, which is a project created by Niantic in collaboration with InWorld. It's a really great AI experience, but its featured page is a really great example of how cool and how thought out your pages can look like, especially when thinking about these being something that could be like a portfolio for yours or just something that you want more public attention on. It helps with SEO as well. So yeah, something to consider there. Everything else is pretty straightforward. I don't think anyone in this event is new to itch.io, but if you are, there is a resource in the submission page if you go to afe.io/challenges that gives you a walkthrough of how to submit on Itch. Yeah, Joe, I've been seeing your Instagram stories of the Enrolled character that you're building, and I can't wait to see it come to life. Really excited for that. All right, and for those of you that are new, we do have a Dev Slack. In the Dev Slack, you will see a challenges channel, and there is where you can go in and have further conversations about the challenge, drop any questions related to the challenge there, and also if you're looking for a teammate, that would be a great spot to ask for who's interested in teaming up for this challenge. However, I do urge you all to continue to use the help and support channel for any technical questions, as in the challenges channel, it's very likely that it will be lost. And if you don't post it in help and support, there's a good chance no one will answer it. Although I will probably remind you to post it in help and support. So let's save us a step and just post it in help and support to start. Alrighty, so now without further ado, I'll pass this over to Megan, which will give us a quick overview of our thought process for tip jar and what we'll be using alternatively. And then Daniel's also here to help explain.
Yeah, thank you so much. So tip jar is one of the pieces that you can add into your project. And the goal behind this is to find a way for you to make some money with your project, besides winning. And what it does is basically takes the payments module that already exists and kind of reskins it as a way to encourage someone to give you a tip. And I'm going to give it over to Daniel in a second to kind of show off and kind of the thinking behind it. Or maybe, Daniel, do you mind if I show it off?
Yeah, go ahead. I can hop in and just talk with you, but yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm taking over screen sharing and here it is. And so I'm not gonna clone it here, but you can see it. You can do that on, we'll share the link out. And then here inside, you can see that in the modules, within the modules, there's the payment tab. And here you can basically it's taking the payments module, which gives someone can pay you money to get access to a piece of digital content that's behind a paywall, or just have a little thank you screen behind it. And there's you could change the name to tip and have as many days as you want to give them, because it's basically between 1 and 7 days, and how much money that you want that tip to be about. And you can add additional tips. So if you want $1 or $10 or $100, go for it, go big. But, that's up to you. And then you can actually go into the Access Pass files and you can change some of the names. And right now, Access Pass is based on giving someone access to a limited time. It's more for digital concerts that we've seen, but you can use this as just, because when someone gives you a tip, they're not going to come back and try to get more access to it. So you could just say, tip me, as the purchase button, tip me, and then give it a little bit of an overview of what the tip will be for. And that can change the experience to be more about in the season of giving, getting money instead.
Yeah. This is just a HTML page, so you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you want to even add more buttons or options, or even change the type of tip, you can. It's a very standard HTML page. You can do whatever you want with that. That's the fun part.
And then I'm going to show off. This is the tip jar. This is with the access name. So this is what Daniel created. Oh, actually, let me restart it. Oh, sorry. I'm in a weird state on my project. Okay. So, wait, I wanted to show something really hot off the press. On the preview screen, there's a new simulator. So you can try out your experiences in several different views. So you should go check this out. Run, don't walk.
I didn't
even get to this is coming. This will be in chat soon, but literally y'all, here it is. Right here. So you can see it in several different scenes. Sorry, Zoom is over everything, so I can't see it. Sorry, I didn't mean to take over, but this is just so cool. Here's a lounge. There it is. Check it out. And I know there will, Pablo, sorry for taking some of the thunder away. You're going to be announcing it later, but it just launched. So I was like, oh, I want to show that off. So Daniel, can you tell us a little bit more I pressed launch, and just a little bit more about the listeners that are happening here.
Yeah. So what I did, I just created a invisible box. This invisible box is the parent of the object. You can add the actions to your object, but I know that sometimes you create some GLB 3D file that have children and sometimes becomes a very difficult thing to work. So I just created an invisible box. You can add your GLB on that invisible box, and when you tap the invisible box, it will open this HTML file that Megan's showing up. And after that, it's basically when you click the access now, you just go to the Stripe page. So this is a partnership with Stripe. So everything's set to you. Like you don't need to worry about all these bank stuff like payment. It's everything ready for you. You just need to do what Megan was just showing you, like in the module page. Yeah, she's trying to find the, yeah, that the model in the bottom, like payments. Everything that is showing up in that page, it's the it's set on the payments module. Let's see. So what I did here, you can go, Megan, can you click on the app? Oh, sorry. Yeah, the app. App is the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, a frame standard code. You can see. I try to delete anything that was like too not related to the jar. But if you can just scroll in the files, please. The assets. Oh no, it's in the folder. Go up, please. Go up. No, it's up. Yeah, access pass. Yeah, it's the first one, exactly. So this is the HTML that Megan was showing. If you go to the second JavaScript, that one, you can see how the configuration of that page is being done. It's a pretty simple configuration. You don't need to change anything here. The only thing that I want to point is the line 45 until 51. Like this, it's the area that will change your AR experience after you pay, like after the user pays. So you can add like, oh, the experience will start, or like for my example, the tip jar will animate. So in the line 50, after you pay, the tip jar animates. So Megan will show this now. Oh no, yeah.
Oh, there.
I added a set timeout of like 1 second just to because so one thing that I noticed is in some cell phones you see a blink. It's the camera like just turning on again. So for that reason, I just added a 1 second timeout. You don't need to do that if you don't have any animation synced, but it's good. Why not, right? And the other thing that I want to show in the code,
Mhm.
you can go to the next JavaScript.
This one, the pipeline.
Yeah, that one. So I comment the line 14. The line 14 runs when the AR experience starts. So let's suppose that you really want to do as a paywall system, like the user won't see anything until pay the tip. You can just uncomment this line, and the first thing that the user will see will be that HTML page. So I just left this like if someone wants, but you don't need it.
Awesome. Daniel, thank you so much for this. And, really the goal is, as you create these amazing festive multiple holiday experiences, you could put the tip jar to various parts. You can, you could rescan it as like, I'm just making this up off the fly of my head, Santa holding the tip jar. I don't know. But, you can put this within your project in different places. And then the goal is to, share it around, get some tips for the great work that you've been doing.
Yes, this is something that I added on code. When people start to dive, they will start to notice like I am changing the material of the jar, so you can do the same, like change the color of the lid or stuff like that. You can customize the jar, or if you want, you can just delete the jar and put a gift box or anything that you want.
And then Pablo did put something in the chat that's really important. This right now is only supported for Australia, Canada, Japan, New Zealand, the UK, and United States. And then you will need to set up a Stripe account. It's all within the payments module. There's information outside of the project in order to get the funds to your bank account. But again, it's only limited to those areas. And if anyone is in an area where this is not supported, please DM me. I would love to hear that. This is something we'd love to open up to more areas. We just need to see some more usage around those areas, and would, you know, I don't know about for in time for this holiday experience, but we would try to get that in the future. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for presenting that.